When you look at Georgia, Kirby Smart is the guy who got them over the hill, who got them to where they are at this exact second. But that was built for a very long time by Mark Richt. And if you're a Georgia fan, obviously in the comments, you can confirm this, that Mark Richt is the guy that a lot of people associated with Georgia football for a very, very long time. He coached there for a very, very long time and was very, very successful. I was talking to my wife about this last night, that I wanted to make sure I talked about this in the video because it's actually exactly what I think is going on with Josh Heupel and what will continue to play out with Josh Heupel, which is that just like Mark Richt, for those who don't know, was there for a long time, like I said, very, very successful, but just could not win a national championship specifically. I mean, they would have different versions of debacles each year and then just could not get to the national championship and win the national championship with Mark Richt there. But it was one of those weird things where you were just good enough and you were, in fact, very, very good, but you just couldn't do that, right? So we got a lot of this going on in the NFL right now with the Bills and the Ravens, for example, but Georgia had that situation going on for a very, very long time with a legendary coach. And eventually, they decided that they were going to move on. Kirby Smart became that guy, and I believe in his second year, he won the national championship and kind of proved the entire thing right and validated that pretty quickly, right? So I think that Tennessee is in somewhat of a similar position whenever it comes to Josh Heupel. I think that Josh Heupel is Mark Richt-esque in that way, and in the way that Tennessee is so desperate for a winner, and Tennessee is so desperate to have a guy that gets them to a 9 and 10 win consistency, that they will accept him for possibly far longer than he should be around, given his obvious flaws and some of the ways that we're talking about right now. And overall, that becomes, again, a kind of a catch-22 because you have a situation where you're winning a lot of games and you have a coach that you like. You know, it's not like I dislike him, but he's just winning a lot. No, I mean, they win, and I like him. But the problem being that at what point are you competing for national championships, and at what point are you just competing just to be relevant? Tennessee fans would tell you that you definitely want to get back to the promised land eventually, and no matter who you are, if you can't get us there, I think that most Tennessee fans would agree with me that that's a problem, whether that guy's name is Josh Heupel or not. And so I say all that to say, at what point does Heupel just not get you to that next step, just doesn't win those big games? And so this Saturday would be a huge step forward in that. They've beaten Alabama in that building before. He has some wins that you really look at as like maybe they can do it. So this would be on par with that Alabama win.